Happiness. Can we buy it? Kids may think buying more toys will bring happiness. Teens may think buying fancy gadgets will bring happiness. But when they receive it, are they really happy? When I was in elementary, I was obsessed with toys. As you see, I had a lot of Beyblades and turning my cards. When I recall those days, every 1 month, Mom, it's time for me to buy a new Beyblade. I played for a week and it's on the corner of the house. Then, next month, Mom, it's time for me to buy a new turning my card. I played for a week and it's on the other corner of the house. So this kept going on and on. Slowly, I realized that my happiness was not in playing with those toys, but it's buying them and bragging them with my friends. My happiness was short-lived whenever I bought the new one. I wasn't satisfied with what I had, and I kept looking for new toys. I also didn't know the value of money. According to the World Bank, 9% of the world's population live in poverty, surviving with only less than $1.9 a day. Furthermore, $310 billion were spent for luxurious goods last year. It's huge, right? So we need smartphones these days as per our current lifestyle. This is a need. Yet, every other 6 months, there's a new upgrade for smartphones in the market. People are fond of changing their phones for better look, better pixels, and moreover to show their status to their community as I did with my toys. This is an example of a fancy want. That is the difference between our needs and our wants. Now the time on my smartwatch says 11:07 a.m. But I think the upgraded version of the smartwatch will also show the same time. If I change this smartwatch, I am following my materialistic desire. At this point, I'd like to give a simple definition of what materialistic life is. Materialistic life is a person who is more focused on money or a person who cares about owning luxurious goods. Now, as students, our goal is to study hard, enroll in a good university, and land in a high-profile job. Then maybe our goal is to satisfy our basic needs like buying a house, car, and some gadgets. After that comes our materialistic desire to buy more than what we need or keep upgrading what we have. Now I would like to compare two pictures. First person, he always thinks about himself by frequently changing his house, car, and gadgets. He's a kind of materialistic person. He has no boundary for his upgrading list. Is he satisfied full-hearted? No. How long will the happiness exist? The happiness exists until the next version comes, and also the satisfaction is temporary. There was a study by American Psychological Association about materialism and well-being. The study reveals that materialists are sad, unhappy, and insecure. The more they are materialistic, the more they experience unpleasant emotions like depression and anxiety, the more they reported physical health problems. Now let me go to the second person. She thinks about helping the community. Is she satisfied, full-hearted? Yes. How long will the happiness exist? The happiness exists lifelong, and also the satisfaction is permanent. According to a study in the United States, Social Science and Medicine, a person who volunteers weekly will be 16% more likely to be happy than usual. Another study reveals that Helping others will heal chronic diseases and lower blood pressure. Now, I'm not saying everyone should try to be like Mother Teresa. Just set limits for your wants after you're well satisfied with your needs, and try to think of how we can help the community, whether small or big. Still now, on this planet, there are people who are struggling for 3 meals a day. Some students can't afford their education, and some ill people can't afford their medical treatment. In some way, you find all these needy people around you. Please don't ignore them and try to help them to change their life. Former US President Ronald Reagan said, we can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. At this point, I'd like to share an incident that happened in my dad's life. When my dad was in university, he couldn't afford his education, so his cousin's family helped him to pursue his degree. That is why I'm here today on the stage talking in front of you. We can't imagine the value of help of what we are extending to the needy people. Sometimes it's gigantic. I'm a live example for that. It strongly made me think of how I can support someone who's in need. Before COVID, I started reducing my fancy wants and I saved some amount of money. Whenever I visit India, I go to an orphanage and give some books and stationery items which I bought with my own money. I also spend time with the kids by teaching and playing with them. Thinking about that makes me smile. COVID has helped me to understand that latest gadgets do not give us happiness. I'm sure that after I grow up, I'll focus on my wants less and use that excess to help others who are in need. I think one's education, skills, and talent shall not only help themselves to improve their lifestyle, but also to help others to meet their basic needs. That is where the value of true happiness is seen. The value seen from materialistic things are the look, the version, and the status, but not the happiness and satisfaction. If every one of you thinks about this seriously and try to help the needy people in some kind of way, then definitely we can bring changes in another's life and be the reason for their smile. I would like to end my speech with a famous quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to have your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. Thank you.